To do anything with robotics on the Raspberry Pi, or at least the way I'm asking you all to do it, you're going to need some code. Fortunately, you're not going to have to write any code for this particular part of the project, as I've kind of used, borrowed, modified code from across the interwebs to help you get started with this. So the first thing you'll want to do is download the file saved as a Word document from the course website in Canvas. And then once you have that, open it up in a window. My window is going to look a little bit different than yours, but that's because I'm using a different program. The process is the same though. So once you get this, you don't really see a whole lot. It just looks like a bunch of gibberish probably, but it means something, and you don't need to modify it. All you're doing is copying and pasting from that document into your Python runner program on your Raspberry Pi. To get access to that, what we do is we're going to go here and we're going to go to programming, and we're going to use a program called Thonny. Not quite sure where they're from, although they do ask for donations to Ukraine. I think it's a good cause, but we won't discuss that anymore. So I open that up and I get this window, and I'll come back over here and I'll select everything. I can do that with a control and a select all, and then I'll do another edit and a copy. And again, please don't change anything in this because it's all pretty sensitive. I would just hold on to it as your original or OG document. I'll come back over here, right click on my window, and I'll paste it. And now I have my Python code here. One of the things that I'll just point out real quick is these numbers here, motor 1, pin 1, output device 2, motor 1, pin 2, output device 3. That corresponds to the GPIO pins that I sent along with the kits right here. And so that output device 2 corresponds to GPIO pin 2, which is right here. And along with that, I've labeled that M1 P1. So that goes to motor 1, pin 1 on the little control. On this little board here, you'll see a number of pins right over here on this side, and they start with pin 1 to pin 7. So pin 1's at the top. So if your diagram is saying go to pin, again here, this is motor 1, pin 1, then you're going to plug that pin from that GPIO pin 2 into this particular pin here. The other thing that you're going to want to pay attention to are the powers, and I've got that labeled on the sheet. And so 5-volt power will be over here, and that'll go into the pin that's closest to the little jumper here. And the ground will go to this little pin, which is the furthest away from the little jumper. And you'll see it labeled on the board. It's very, very small, but once you figure out which direction it's going, Then you plug all those in from your Pi into that motor controller board, and you're ready to go. That actually for me is the hardest part, is getting all the little pins to go in place. Once you've done that, then you can run the code by clicking up here on Run, and it'll start going through, and you should start to see the motors turn clockwise and counterclockwise. And then when you're ready, you can stop it, and that will stop the motors from running, and you can click stop again to clear all the code out. If you've got a problem with your code, an error will come up, and it'll generally tell you which line you're working on here. Once you've done that and you're comfortable with that, I would urge you to save this file so you can come back to it. So click Save here. And you want to go into some place where you can remember where it is. I like to keep mine in Documents. And then you can name it Robot .py or py. What's really important, this first part can be anything you would like for it to be within reason. I would stick with lowercase, no spaces, just makes it easier. But the one thing you do have to have for this is a period followed by the letters P and Y here. Once you've done that, you can click OK to save it. And then if you want to clear this, you can click this window right here. And then if you want to open it back up later, you click the Load button here. Go to your Documents, and there's your Robot Pi. Double click on it, and it is ready to go again. And then what you can do is you can make changes to this and save it as something else using a different file name, so that you've got your original and you've got versions going back. So you could do Robot 2, Robot 2.1, Robot 2.3, or Robot 1.1, Robot 1.2, however you want to do it, just so that you can have that first file to go back to. So if you make some really big errors or something that's just not working, then you've got your last known Python file to go back to. So, hope this has been helpful, and happy computing.